to the door, or Bob gets to the door, or Brett gets to the door, or Darrell gets to the door, or Grace gets to the door, it's going to be different. Because, Richard, you're going to speak in your own voice. What's important is, one, did I build reciprocity, right? Did I give them something so that they give back to me what I want? And by the way, what you want them to give back to you, and I think this is really important. Here's your takeaway for today. Whatever you give to the client, you're not trying to get the listing. You're trying to gain likability and trust. That is what you're trying to get in exchange for your give. The statistical probability of getting a listing out of an individual is very high based on the data that we use. It is much easier to get a raving fan who will refer to you. Does that make sense? I'm not looking for the listing. I'm looking for a referral source. Yeah, they'll probably hire me, and they'll hire me 3 days before they go to sale. That's what they all do if I do my job correctly. It's irritating, but that's the nature of what we do. It's super irritating, to answer your question, Oscar. All these BKs and people with their postpone, like, it's irritating to me as a former banker trying to remain congruent to that message, right? So when I go to the door, the thing that I am looking to build is not a relationship to get the listing. I'm building a relationship of trust and like. If I have trust and like, it doesn't matter what happens after that. So if your question is, what am I getting out of Persuasion and Persuasion, or his other book, right? It is definitely that the quickest route to building like and trust and a position of expertise, right? Creating a reciprocal relationship where I give them something of value so that that relationship is built. Am I rambling? There's nobody here. Josh is normally here for this job, and David's normally here. Am I rambling in any way, shape, or form? You guys need to keep me on track. I've had a lot of coffee. Thank you, Brenda. I've been in the car for hours to get here. To get 30 or 40 miles, it took 2 hours. So there's your answer, Richard. And for those wondering, the book is called Persuasion. It's definitely on my list. There's also a Facebook guy that I'm trying to get a hold of to interview who did a book. It's on Audible. It's brand new. But he straight up said Facebook ads are pointless and will never get you clients. It's the greatest book I've ever listened to. And he did it straight as audio. We answered the urbanism question with a very good definition. Bob, we handled that. We explained what we updated. And a reminder for all of you that are on the call now, Friday, 11 a.m., West Sahara Library, for those of you in Vegas. Jan, you're coming, right? It will be good to see a friendly face. Ms. Ortiz may or may not be in attendance. I cannot confirm nor deny. She is on the fence. I'm covering a fight on Friday night. So if you're in Vegas as well, you want to go watch boxing, pay the $15, come see me. I'm buying drinks. You guys will be able to identify me very easily on Friday night at a fight. You know what I look like. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do the dollar close before I get out of here. All right, Gloria, you're convincing me not to waste your time at CAR Expo. I would like to believe that my value to you guys and the several $100s I spent to be here, to drive 30 minutes out of my way, to not be home, to not eat my food, to not sit on my couch, to not work on my computer with my internet, and I have FiOS, to be down here, to walk around so that I can bring back value to you and create content for it's such a pain in the rear end. And I'll say it again, if you don't want to come down, trust me, David's in all the meetings right now that are usually of value, and I will talk to him about it next week. And remarkably, it will make a really good podcast. It's one of my favorites every year. Plus, I will go and find all the free stuff at the booth. For those of you who aren't regular podcast listeners, please go sign up on iTunes. The big episode that usually happens the big episode that happens at the end of this week is free stuff at CAR. So I walk around to the booths and I try to find everybody who's got free stuff. Can't make that any easier for you. Free stuff at CAR. That's the name of the episode. I don't know how many people are going to have free stuff this year, but I do all the hard work for you. Where am I now? Are you here, Anand? I am literally across from Wells Fargo, sitting in a group of tables by water dispensers in the middle of the CAR floor. What is the quickest way to build trust and reciprocity at the door? Okay, Richard, think of it as a presentation. When you go to the front door on a presentation, oh my God, there's a person on a Segway going around on the floor. I don't even know what to say about that. I got to take a photo of it. I really should. Sorry. I digress. Is free stuff worth it? Not to come down here, Gloria, but I will go around to for those of you that are brand new, I go around and let everybody at every single booth sell me. I do it on purpose. I find out who have free offers. I take their information. I turn it into a podcast. You will be notified. There really is legit no reason to come to the expo. The giveaways on the table are cheap crap that you can go buy at the Dollar Tree. Okay? And it's free realtor day. So my running joke is this is the worst day to be here because this is every realtor who's just coming down here to get free stuff. Like cheap toys. Like it's ridiculous. Like, okay, you want a Wells Fargo horse. Why? Are you 4? Like, I don't even get it now. I have a 12-year-old. There is nothing here that I can find that's even entertaining for a 12-year-old. But I watch realtors walk around. There's a running joke because I've had booths here. The bigger the bag of stuff that they're carrying is, the less business that person does. Does that make sense? And that's today because it's free realtor day. I thought you'd like that, Gloria. Do you have a coupon for Lion Desk? That's a good question, O'Keefe. I don't have a coupon for Lion Desk. Are they here? I'd go over and check it out. All right. So the quickest way to get to reciprocity, Richard. My humble opinion, what are you taking to the front door? Ah, good. I can look into it. Send me an email about it. Would you? Lee Honish at Yahoo? Thank you. I might, and I might have a relationship with him. I have a relationship with a lot of people. Like Rebo Gateway wants to sponsor a tour. And let's all be honest, nobody really wants to put Lee on tour. I value my relationship. I'm a little insane. Can you give us the Battiata close? That's hilarious, Pete. I can give you the Battiata close, which is much like, what's her name in Glendora? Here's the close. Google me. That's what you say if you're Battiata or you're one of those hitters. You don't know who I am? Google me. You're lucky to be talking to me. I feel that's what Battiata would say. I feel that that's what those lunatics at that level say. They're probably not. I'll tell you what. I was meaning to have Steve Hawks on anyway to talk about the interest rate. I will get Steve Hawks on for you guys in the next couple of weeks. State number 1 work for you guys and hear what he says to potential clients who are in distress. And for those of you in Vegas, get over the fact that he charges flat fees or 1%. You're not competing with him. For the love of God, calm down. You can't compete with a state number 1. You cannot. We're all competing at the same level. We are the 80%. We do 1 to 12 to 24 transactions in a calendar year. That is 80% of real estate. The rarefied air of being up there with like David Bartels, where you're in that top 10% tier, and then the God forbid 1% tier, where Steve Hawks. I also have another one, Steve, what's his name in Utah? I've got a couple of state number 1s, so I can put them on back to back for you. if you'd really like to hear what a state number one says as a close, Pete. They are all due for conversations anyway. It's good content for the podcast anyway. Yeah, if you're on your way to CAR, why come? I went on a couple of appointments where the homeowners filed BK, allowing them to postpone the sale. How long do they have? Yeah, set-asides take about 30 days. They'll reset. It's another 30 days behind. So they've already used it. Now, generally speaking, my experience with postponement on foreclosures, and anybody can correct me if they want, but generally our true experts are not here on the call. I can only tell you from a banking perspective what the move seems to be. You file BK on one individual in the household. Then you file BK on the next individual in the household. Then you file it on the dog, on the aunt, on the sister. Like it's a game that goes on and on and on for some people. And those houses I avoid. But if it's the first time and both people are named in the BK, you got 60 to 90 days. Build a relationship. They're going to go to sale. Unless they're going to do a cram down and get their debts reassigned. And Chapter 13, right? Bob, no tags yet. I recently received paperwork from Call Central. I'll be sending my 800 number to Diana to add labels that I'm ready to tag. Good. I will follow up with you again next week, and you don't let me off the hook about updating the page. Fair trade, Bob? Mr. Galloway, please find out if Revo Gateway is doing anything with their data accurate. We did this. I know for a fact on the coaching calls, there is one on a data search where I ran all three data providers side by side. We did Revo, we did Property Radar, and we did Realty Track. And by and large, when it comes to foreclosure data, they all seem to be about the same. They were all in the ballpark. Fair trade, Bob. Richard, I'm not sure if I got it. What is the quickest way to build trust and reciprocity at the door? Okay, what are you giving them? I mean, that's really it. What are you giving them? Does it have value? My number one problem and why I'm not a good coach, and for those of you that are new on the call, I'm not a good coach. Diana's a good coach and David's a good coach. I'm a great marketer. I'm the best marketer I know. I bet on me a long time ago. I work independently. I'm able to get a listing or a deal whenever I want every single month. I have almost 700 coaching students, all because I marketed myself. I apply that same marketing to getting listings and deals. Now, if you can tell me that you can go, and by the way, go check out my Facebook or check out Diana's Facebook and check out our travel schedule or my concert agenda for the month. I think we can all agree. It's not me boasting about it. That's what I do. Okay, I play golf. I pick up my daughter. I take Diana somewhere. I go on a trip. That's my lifestyle. I will be in Vegas on Friday. I'll cover a fight. If you think you are working really hard and not getting results, then you're not working smart. And the number one thing that I see, everybody pay attention before I do the dollar close. You ready, Richard? Number one problem I see is people don't believe that they have enough value when they go to the front door. Not in the package they take, not in handing over money, not handing them a basket of cookies, not a basket of cakes or a branded knife. My humble opinion, you need to place a greater value in yourself. You're betting on you. You are all independent contractors. I don't want to get all Tony Robbins on you guys. But as this is as close to a coach as I get, you guys have to believe in you. You believed in me and my marketing methods. At the end of the day, nobody who creates marketing, I don't care if they're door knocking scripts, cold callers, or mailers, or some predictive data bullshit thing out of one of the aisles here at the CAR Expo, right? I'm telling you the truth. Nobody can tell you what's going to happen at the front door. Nobody. And the number one thing I can tell you now after 6 years, I can tell you the number one thing that I see out of the people that I coach consistently, you need to create a greater value in yourself. I don't care if I'm talking to a multi-million-dollar listing or if I'm talking to a $200,000